special occasion as we celebrate and dedicate the newly renovated Gilman Field. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm Dr. Renelle Brooks Moon. I am Community Ambassador and Public Address Announcer for the hottest team in baseball right now. Best record in baseball, your San Francisco Giants. Right, kids? Right? Yes! I'm so happy to be here with you for this ceremony in honor of a new baseball field right here in the Bayview at Gilman Playground. And now, everyone, to begin our program, for those of you that are seated, would you kindly please rise and remove your caps for our national anthem? And here to lead us, please welcome a very special individual from the Bayview YMCA, a Bayview native from the Esencia Latin Jazz Ensemble, Mr. Jorge Ellington.
Thank you. This beautiful young lady to my left is my granddaughter. Rose, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly at the twilight last morning, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mr. Ellington.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Doesn't get much cooler than that rendition. Thank you so much. And now, everyone, I would like to acknowledge all of the VIPs that are with us this morning. We are pleased to be joined by San Francisco Mayor, the Honorable London Breed, State Senator Scott Wiener, Assemblymember David Chu, San Francisco Recreation and Park Commissioner Annie Jupiter Jones, Giants President and CEO, Mr. Larry Baer, Giants broadcaster and Good Tidings board member, Dave Fleming, co-chair of the Giants Community Fund, Kelly Larkin Coover, founder of the Good Tidings Foundation, Larry Harper, Giants Community Fund Executive Director, Sue Peterson. And you know, our Giants players' wives do so much wonderful community outreach, and one of whom that is very involved in the community, all while raising 4 precious children and supporting her all-star husband, Jalen Crawford. And last but certainly not least, Jalen's husband, a 2021 All-Star, in fact, a 3-time All-Star, who's having one heck of a season, your Giants shortstop, number 35, Brandon Crawford. I love doing that. That's fun. Also would like to acknowledge the following groups and individuals joining us today. Staff members of your San Francisco Recreation and Park Department. Staff and board members of the Good Tidings Foundation, along with the Larry Harper family. Board members and staff of the Giants Community Fund. And we have members of our Giants front office staff here as well. Thank you all for being here and always showing your support. Oh no, I have not forgotten you. Because it would not be a Giants celebration without our very own mascot, the great Lucille. Now, this field is indeed a significant community project with many organizations coming together and joining hands. And we've got a great lineup of speakers to help us celebrate today. So let's get things started. In the leadoff spot, see what I did there? She is really our true host for the day, and we thank her for her bold and extraordinary leadership during this most difficult year and a half. It's my pleasure to bring to the podium the 45th Mayor of the City and County of San Francisco, the Honorable London Breed.
Thank you, Renelle. Thank you, everyone, and it's so great to be here in the Bayview Hunters Point community. This is exactly what I hope for communities like the Bayview and all over the city. Incredible fields, just like this one at Gilman Park. And in fact, Brandon, I was a shortstop when I played softball. I wasn't so bad. And we played at this field when we played teams when I was in junior high school. And let me tell you, this field did not look like it does today. So I am so happy for all of you, for the junior giants that are going to be playing on this field, the junior giants, and for the SF Bay Sox, a all-girls, one of the largest public baseball teams for girls in the country. And I know our commissioner, Annie Jupiter-Jones, is here. So if any of you want to play any of the girls who are here today, please make sure that you talk to Annie, because we want to make sure that young people know that there are no limits to what they can do, that they can be whatever they want, participate in whatever they want. And so making sure that they have places like this to play, to grow, to thrive, it is so important. Because, you know, like, I was one of those kids. I didn't always listen. I wouldn't have been able to sit still like some of the kids are doing right now, because I always wanted to be into something, always playing, always active, always wanting to do what I wanted to do. And in fact, when we provide spaces so that kids can do what they want to do, so that they can learn incredible sports, so they can learn about teamwork, this is what we're doing. We're preparing them for the future. So if you want to hit a double like Brandon Crawford did just yesterday and be a part of a world championship team, you can do exactly that. So I want to thank the Giants for their investment in this. And I also want to thank the Tidings. I want to thank the San Francisco Rec and Park Department, because they put together the resources to renovate this particular field. And in fact, I want to also say to all the voters of the City and County of San Francisco, thank you for the Parks Bond in 2012 and continued support for Parks Bond. Because you say yes, we're able to renovate not just fields like this, but that playground that these kids are going to go play in after this is over. Thank you so much for making sure that we are able to make these investments. And I want to lastly say this to all the speakers. Keep it short, because I know these kids don't want to sit here for that long, do you? You guys are ready to play, right? Okay, just be patient with us. We got a few grown-ups we got to thank for this playground. So just be patient with us, and we'll make sure you're getting out there and have a good time. Everybody, thank you so much to the Rec and Park staff, to the community in the Bayview Hunters Point, to Bret Harte Elementary School, and all the folks who are part of this amazing community. Well, we can't play right now, but we will be soon. And thank you, Renelle, for coming out here and hosting this great event. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have a feeling you were an all-star shortstop, too, when you were playing softball. Okay. Thank you so much. So happy to have you here, of course. And now we are joined by our state's senator representing Senate District 11, which includes all of San Francisco, Broadmoor, Colma, Daly City, and even portions of South San Francisco. Please welcome State Senator Scott Wiener.
Thank you, Renelle. I was not an all-star shortstop. I held my own in swimming, though. First of all, let's hear it for our mayor for leading us through this pandemic. And it's not over yet, but I know that Mayor Breed is going to continue through her example and her strength to lead us through. So thank you, Madam Mayor. This is incredibly exciting, and I think throughout all my time and the mayor and Assemblymember Chu, when we were on the Board of Supervisors, we fought so hard for funding for our parks. And I think a lot of times the city gets criticized. The bus isn't coming on time, maybe the streets aren't always as clean as we want. There's always criticisms of the city. But when you look at what the city of San Francisco has done with our park system over the last 20 years, it is extraordinary. It's a partnership with the voters. It's a partnership with community organizations like the Giants. But we have been renovating every single park in San Francisco. Every rec center, every pool, every baseball field, every playground, everything has gotten renovated to serve our community. It is such a shining example of what government can do and what our city can do when we all come together and move in a common direction. And for so many years, our southeastern neighborhoods, Bayview, Hunters Point, have been cut off from the city and haven't gotten the resources that this community deserves. And our southeastern neighborhoods are part of the heart of San Francisco, and it is amazing to see Gilman or the work being done at McLaren Park and other parks in our southeastern neighborhoods to say we are all one city, we're all in it together, and we know from this pandemic our parks matter. We're told you should be outside, and the parks were a lifeline during this pandemic, and it's going to continue to be a lifeline for our community. So this is incredibly exciting. Thank you to the Giants for being such amazing community partners, truly part of the heart of San Francisco, and let's just enjoy this baseball field. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Scott. Appreciate you being here as well. Next up is another tireless public servant, and actually we did a community event earlier this week on Tuesday, so it's great to see him out here again. Please welcome my friend who represents the 17th Assembly District, Assemblymember David Chu.
Good afternoon, San Franciscans. I've always wanted to do this, so boys and girls, if I say let's go, what do you say? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I'm going to be very, very brief, but let me say this. When I'm in Sacramento, and Senator Wiener knows this, we have rivalries. We talk about Democrats and Republicans, we talk about red and blue, but there's one rivalry that we often don't talk about, and that is the legislators who root for the Giants and the legislators who root for the Dodgers. Boo! And so last night, when our home team crushed them, we crushed them because Brandon Crawford got off that injury list and did what he was supposed to do. I got to tell you, Scott and I, we might have sent some texts to our favorite friends down in LA to say, hey, we beat LA. But this is what it's about. It's about our team taking the field and making it happen. I just want to say all of you are part of a team here in San Francisco that's making it happen for our city. And not just our amazing Giants, and I want to just thank Larry Bear and your entire organization because you, time in, time out, you make it happen for our community. But we have a team in San Francisco led by our CEO and our coach, Mayor London Breed, who is hitting it out of the park with so many of you representing community, representing public safety, representing the nonprofit community, representing philanthropy, and on behalf of our elected officials, we just want to thank you for that. And let me just end with one final thing, which is, this is my neighborhood park. I live 3 minutes from here. My son and I come here on weekends to play, and Gilman has never looked better. And as Scott said, you know, under the leadership of Mayor Breed, the Southeast neighborhoods, the Bayview, is getting the investments that it deserves. 10 years ago, when we came to this playground, we thought, will the Bayview ever get the resources it needs? And this year, this is the third playground revitalization event that I've been to. So again, just thank you for all of you, because we are making sure that while these kids in front of us are junior Giants, someday, someone on this park might be the next Brandon Crawford. Someone in this park might be the next London Breed. And we know that every kid on this park is a winner today, thanks to the Giants and thanks to all you're doing. Have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you.
Thank you, David. And now batting in the cleanup spot, appropriately enough, is a woman who loves her baseball. Please welcome San Francisco Recreation and Parks Commissioner, Annie Jupiter Jones.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Annie, and I have the honor of serving on the Rec and Park Commission along with my fellow Commissioner Hallisey. We are so excited to be here. We are so grateful for the Giants Community Fund, the Crawford family, and the Good Tidings Foundation for helping us reopen this playground. As a city kid, I was born and raised in San Francisco, and I'm of a certain age. That means I learned to love the Giants right here, right? How many of you got to see a Giants game at Candlestick Park? Right? It was a special experience, maybe not as fancy as seeing one at Oracle Park, but I'm so happy that the Giants are being able to make this investment and help the spirit and the heart of baseball stay in this neighborhood where it was so important for so many of us that grew up.
Please welcome board member of the Good Tidings Foundation, your Giants broadcaster, Dave Fleming.
Mayor Breed had the right idea. Sometimes it's better just to grab that microphone. It's a little easier to do. Okay, real quick from me, because I am here. I am a proud San Francisco resident. Being here today just as somebody who loves this city makes me really proud. I'm the broadcaster for the Giants. Our Giants have the best record in all of baseball. Brandon Crawford's having an amazing season. So I'm here on behalf of the Giants and the city, but also on behalf of Good Tidings. The Good Tidings Foundation is a wonderful organization. For those of you who don't know much about Good Tidings, take a minute when we're done today just to learn as much as you can about all the great stuff that we do. I do want to acknowledge again, I don't know where Larry and Ronnie Harper are hiding right now, but Larry and Ronnie are back there somewhere. Can we just give them another round of applause? Make this happen. We really appreciate your efforts. Calco Fence Doherty Restoration also pitched in, thanks to them. The grass that you're sitting on comes from West Coast Turf. That's the same place that provides the grass over at Oracle Park that our Giants play on. So you've got big league grass to sit on thanks to the folks at West Coast Turf. I think that's pretty cool. Final word from me on a personal note, I just want to say to Brandon and Jalen, it has been a pleasure for me I watched just about every single game that Brandon's ever played as a big leaguer. And that has been a pleasure in and of itself. Brandon's been one of the all-time great Giants. He is the greatest Giants shortstop in the history of our franchise, which goes back to 1883. We've been playing baseball for a long time. Brandon's the best player who's ever played a shortstop for the Giants. But it has been even more of a pleasure for me to be around Brandon as a person. He is a delightful young man who cares about this city, cares about his team, cares about kids, and not just his own beautiful kids. So Brandon, I don't want this to sound patronizing. I'm really, really proud of you today for all that you've done over the course of your Giants career. And you should be proud too. Thanks everybody for having me. Thanks, Renell.
Thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate you. And I kind of want to take this opportunity to piggyback on what the mayor and Simply River Chu and Andy were saying. Yeah, perhaps there's a future all-star shortstop here, a future mayor of this city of San Francisco, the first woman to sign an MLB contract with the Giants. There could be a future Giants broadcaster out here as well. And dare I say, a future public address announcer as well. Thank you. Because Mama's getting old. Baseball is such a part of this community, as you've heard from all of our speakers, in so many ways. And many of these wonderful kids also participate in our Junior Giants program. Junior Giants, make some noise! Our nonprofit, the Giants Community Fund, is proud to provide the Junior Giants program to the city of San Francisco as well as 85 other communities throughout the state of California. It is a free, non-competitive program for more than 2,300 boys and girls. And this program teaches our kids both baseball skills and important life skills, because I know you've all heard it before, baseball really is a metaphor for life, and they learn so much that will serve them well as they continue on with their education and their sports. And now it is my honor to introduce to you Giants President and CEO, Larry Baer.
Thank you, Renelle. Well, I'm going to take my cues from the boss, the mayor of San Francisco, and I'm going to keep remarks short because after me is, as Dave said, the greatest shortstop in the history of the San Francisco Giants and New York Giants. So that goes back almost 140 years, 138 years. I just want to share a couple of things. One is how special it is to come to this neighborhood where really most of my childhood memories were made. At Candlestick Park, watching Willie Mays and Willie McCovey and Orlando Cepeda and Barry Bonds play, and how special Candlestick Park and the Bayview Hunters Point. There was a mention of Bret Hart's school, and I remember all the volunteering the Giants staff would do and still does at Bret Hart's school, and the incredible community relationship we had here. And we have here, and it's just such a pleasure to return to Gilman Field. We had a situation back in 1992 where the Giants almost moved, and I'll never forget. We had a rally in 1992, and there was a 4-year-old. There's a picture. This picture exists at our ballpark. A 4-year-old on the shoulders of his father, holding up a sign that said, "Save my Giants." Anyone want to guess who that 4-year-old was? Yes, pointing over here, Brandon Crawford. So this is also very much from the heart, giving back to this neighborhood and to our city for Brandon Crawford. So just a round of applause for Brandon, greatest Giant shortstop in history. As Dave mentioned, this is 21 fields that have been rebuilt, many in San Francisco, and it's just such a pleasure for the Junior Giants and the Bay Sox to be able, Annie, to use these fields. And it's probably one of the greatest things that I think any of us at the Giants can do, because we're going to win games and lose games. We're going to hopefully be in the World Series a lot. Hard to do every single year, although we aspire to that. But this is something we can do that truly will live forever. And I cannot thank enough Larry and Ronnie Harper and the partnership with Good Tidings Foundation to make this happen. Larry has literally lived here at this field to make sure it's as beautiful today. It's just completely fulfills our dreams as what Gilman Field could be, should be, where Mayor Breed played growing up, where David Chu lives nearby, and where all of us take great pride. So thank you, Good Tidings Foundation, for your partnership with Junior Giants. It's been mentioned that San Francisco Park and Rec is an important partner. And Annie Jupiter Jones is on the board. Lisa Branson is here, executive of the Park and Rec, working with Phil Ginsburg. And we thank so much all the work that Park and Rec has done, because it's literally a partnership. And these public-private partnerships, you can talk about them, but you have to do them. And this got done. And several others in the city have been done. And we're going to do, our goal is to do one a year. And if not in San Francisco, we've worked with communities in East Palo Alto and Richmond and other parts of the Bay Area, because obviously the Giants represent not just the city of San Francisco, but we really do believe that the focus should be as much as possible in our backyard in San Francisco. So thank you to the city of San Francisco, and thank you to Park and Rec, and thank you for the amazing partnership. I have to acknowledge the Giants Community Fund Board and Kelly Coover, who has been amazing as with her leadership, as well as Sue Peterson, our executive director, and Cassandra Hoffman and Paul Giuliacci. Roscoe Maps, who could not be here today, has been truly a leader for us in forging these partnerships. So thank you to all of them. It's a great day for all of us at the Giants. So I truncated my remarks, as the mayor asked, so we can get to person we all want to hear from and see and thank. And that is not just the greatest Giant shortstop in our history, but somebody who is leading us in a really powerful way this year on the field. And we have a game tonight against Houston. And he came back from an injury and was the star of the game yesterday. So let's hear it for a guy we all love who said, "Save my Giants" when he was 4 years old with this sign, Brandon Crawford.
Thanks, Larry, and thank you everybody for being here and who helped put this thing together and help with the field. And just honored to be here with my family, all these special guests that we've heard speak, the Junior Giants and everybody here. As we're here to celebrate the opening of the Gilman Playground baseball field. Newly renovated. It looks awesome, and I'm proud to be a part of it. As many of you know, this is my 11th season with the Giants, but my relationship with the Giants started about 34 years ago. My parents had season tickets right over there at Candlestick, and I was fortunate enough to go to a lot of games there. I was such a big fan that even probably when I was your guys' age or even maybe before, I did an assignment in kindergarten where I was asked what I wanted to do when I got older, when I grew up. And that was an easy answer. It was to be a shortstop of the San Francisco Giants. And my parents always emphasized getting an education first, but they also supported me in every way of chasing my dream. My dad was my Little League coach. He emphasized the importance of fundamentals, discipline, and hard work. He taught me that if I really wanted to be the best, then I needed to not just show up for team practices, but put in the extra work. Needed to take extra batting practice, extra fielding practice, as well as work on speed and agility. But I also needed to be a good teammate and be respectful. And I hope to instill these qualities into my own kids, whether or not they're paying attention right now, but instill those qualities into them and teach them the importance of hard work and being respectful. And baseball has helped me get to the position I am today, but it's more than just a sport. It's a way to teach life skills, a way to give back to the community. It gave me an opportunity to go to college and get an education, helped me meet some of my closest friends, taught me the importance of teamwork. Learning to work together and be an unselfish team member is good for the entire community. Taught me how to deal with pressure, since life, as it does in baseball, rarely goes as planned. Learning how to adjust and even embrace challenges helps all areas of life. Teaches you to deal with failure as well as success. There's plenty of failure in baseball. You'll get out, strike out, make mistakes, make errors, but then you'll also make corrections, take responsibility, try harder, work harder, and then be successful. Our theme this year for the Giants has been resilience. Baseball teaches resilience, and resilience helps one deal with the ups and downs of life. So my wife, Jalen, and I are so happy that we're able to help give back to the community in this way with this field, in hopes that it'll bring young people together here and give them an opportunity to learn life lessons that will help them chase their dreams also and achieve them like I did. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Brandon. We appreciate all that you do on and off the field. And Lucille, I think you will feel me on this. MVP! 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 Too soon? I don't think so. Okay, so now we thought it would be fun to do a little seventh inning stretch, and it is going to be sung for us by the kids of the Bayview YMCA and the Urban Student Athlete Development Academy. And leading the kids, please welcome community member Ernest East. Ernest and the kids, take it away. Yes. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, you got this.
Hello. Hey, how's everybody? Having a good time? How about a wonderful hand for these wonderful children out here? Okay? And they're so talented. And I guarantee you there's going to be one giant somewhere coming out of this, boy and girl. And I want to thank the parents for standing behind these children and encouraging them to do their best. Okay? So give yourselves a round of applause, parents. Ready? Y'all, you can join us if you will. Ready? Come on. Over here. There you go. Ready? 3. Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back in this group. Toot toot for the Giants. And if they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes are out at the old ball game. Thank you.
Great job. You good? Check. There we go. All right. How about a round of applause for our kids and Mr. Ernest East? Good job. Well done. Special cameo appearance by 2 of Randy Crawford's children. That was fantastic. All right, as we close out today's ceremonies, everybody, it is time for a ceremonial first pitch, just like we do every night before the baseball games. And Brandon, if you wouldn't mind, we'd like you to do the catching. Have you do the catching, Brandon, and then everyone doing the pitching for us. Headed to the mound is one special junior Giants player. She is 11-year-old, Angel Weisinger. Whenever you're ready, Angel, you know what to do. Yes, please give her some room. Give her some room. Thank you, children. Way to go, Angel. Good job. Very well done. All right, we're almost about to wrap things up here. If we could just have you all be patient and wait a little while. We're going to excuse the Crawford family so they can get to the car. You know, Brandon's got to take the field tonight as we take on the Houston Astros. So just, we're going to have a little time and let them get to the car. And I want to thank all of you so much for coming, and all of our kids, we want you to look to your camp leaders for instructions as we leave the park after the Crawford family has exited. So be sure to look to your camp leaders for your instructions. For our neighborhood friends and supporters, we invite you to stick around for a delicious barbecue lunch from Smokin' Barbecue. And special announcement, if anybody wants to go to tonight's Giants game, we have tickets. We have tickets. So look for our staff in the orange shirts. If you could wave your hands, staff members that have the tickets, or anybody who would like to go tonight. They're going to be over here, okay, right outside the gate there. As you exit, check in with them. And we got tickets for you to see Game 1 of your San Francisco Giants and the Houston Astros tonight. First pitch is 6:45. Let Brandon and his family get out first. Brandon, you're excused.